Hello and welcome to episode 36 of Game Patrol, your weekly podcast extravaganza, your gaming news, blues, and other cool brews. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something there. I'm really tired right now. I just started classes this week, and just the first 2 weeks are always like chaos of like trying to get stuff together. Like not necessarily assignments, but y'all know what I mean. Like college, man, college. But I'm excited to talk about video games, specifically the Resident Evil showcase, because we got all sorts of amazing, cool stuff revealed, announced there, and so we're going to talk all about that. I have played the PS5 demo, Maiden. I'm very excited to talk all about my experiences with that, and just a whole lot more. So I'm your host, Landon Plumley. Thank you guys for joining me this week. It's just me for today, but, gonna have a good old time. So let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the Resident Evil showcase. So first off, they wasted no time whatsoever. They got into the juicy stuff that we all wanted to know, the Resident Evil Village release dates, and some details about these demos coming, right? So May 7th is the release day, which I'm really excited for because that is 3 days before my birthday. So it's also the end of the semester, so I get to celebrate. Like, last semester, I had Cyberpunk to celebrate being done. This semester, I'll have Resident Evil Village, and it just makes me very happy because they're both my most anticipated. Like, Cyberpunk was my most anticipated game. Resident Evil Village has now taken that spot, and so hopefully it ends up in a better state than Cyberpunk. But I have confidence about that. But it's coming out May 7th, and out right now is an exclusive PS5 demo called Maiden, which has absolutely no combat. It is basically just a visual showcase, as the developers put it. It's pretty short, takes like 15 minutes. It is beautiful. It's in the RE engine. It's very similar looking to Resident Evil 7, but there's a lot more polish, and yeah, I am excited. But for those that do not have a PS5, there is going to be a second demo coming to all platforms in the spring. So this specific demo is exclusive to the PS5. There will be a different kind of demo, not sure exactly what that will be, coming later, but that will be on all platforms. So don't despair. Everybody will get a chance to try it out. I tried it out. I tried out Maiden, so give you the impressions. It's an absolutely stunning game. I'm really excited. So I watched Digital Foundry's video of their technical analysis, right? And it seems to be doing, for the most part, 4K 60, which is nuts. I mean, yes, there are times where it dips into the 50s, and it seems that they even have ray tracing turned on. Not much. It's very light ray traced reflections going on there. But if I had to guess, I would say that, because there's no combat, no enemies, I would guess that this is not going to be the case for the main game. I would assume that it's going to be similar to most games, really, like most AAA games, in which you have a probably 1080p. It'd be really cool. I really like what Insomniac does, where it's 1080p, 60 FPS ray tracing, and this is all dynamic resolution. So I know these aren't like confirmed numbers, but that's about what it is. Like 1440p, 60 FPS, or 4K 30 with ray tracing, right? I like those options. I think that's really cool. And I kind of hope that Resident Evil does the same. I mean, obviously, if they can do better than that, yeah. But I hope that we can get ray trace performance, and fidelity. I think that would be really cool. But I don't know. I wouldn't take this demo as what we should expect it to run on PS5. There's definitely a reason that it is on PS5 and not PS4 or any other platforms. It is because, we got the beefcake, and not saying that Series X isn't. I'm just, they're partnered with Sony on this. I mean, Capcom has a relationship with Sony, so that's why. It has nothing to do with PlayStation being better than Xbox or like having more power or anything. We know that's not true, but yeah, that's why it's not on PS4 at least. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. Like I said, it's my most anticipated game. May 7th cannot come soon enough. And they showed off some gameplay that showed off some enhanced combat mechanics, which is interesting. I feel like this is a mix of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 4, and I love that. So now you've got blocking, you can push enemies away. It seems like there's more with equipment in terms of different things you can use. I hope that, you can be more versatile and stuff. We've got the guy back, the merchant, right? And so a lot of stuff from Resident Evil 4 is coming back, a lot of aspects and ideas, and I'm excited about that in this new era of Resident Evil. And it looks great. It looks scary. I was frightened by the demo, and so, yeah, I'm very excited. Along with that, we've also got Resident Evil Reverse. And so this is very similar, very, very similar to Resident Evil Resistance. It is included with Village, and it is a multiplayer experience with a beta coming soon for Resident Evil Ambassadors, of which I am. But back in, I think it was October, they did like a relaunch thing, and I never went through with it. And when I heard that they were going to do a closed beta of something, I was like, should I worry about this? Should I like fill out the stuff so I can do this? I'm like, it's probably going to be some crappy multiplayer game. And not to say that this is necessarily going to be crap. It's just, I played Resistance. It's okay. Anytime Capcom does I don't know why they're doing this. Like, Umbrella Corps did not go well. Resistance did not go well. Why are they continuing to do this? I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, this one seems to be very, like, 20th anniversary oriented, or 25th anniversary, right? Yeah. It's 25th anniversary oriented, so, maybe there'll be some cool stuff with that, like, anniversary-wise. I don't know. But, yeah, getting another pack-in multiplayer component, okay, And then, finally, there is a Resident Evil and Division 2 crossover event. So there will be earnable items in the Division 2 from February 2nd through the 15th that you can get by playing. You can get Leon Kennedy's outfit from Resident Evil 2 and, all sorts of different Resident Evil memorabilia in your Division 2 game. So, interesting choice for a crossover, but, yeah, that's the thing. And it's interesting to see Capcom and Ubisoft working together. I don't know, have we ever seen that? I don't know. Just seems like a weird combination, but yeah. So that's a lot of interesting stuff there. Overall, I mean, I wasn't disappointed by anything. Resident Evil Reverse is okay, whatever. But I wasn't necessarily disappointed by anything shown at the showcase. I do wish that we could have gotten a Resident Evil 4 remake, and there has been news that apparently it's been delayed due to some disagreements internally, so maybe we would have gotten an announcement, maybe in a world without COVID we would have gotten an announcement, I don't know, but we didn't get a Resident Evil 4 remake announcement, so I don't know, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the showcase. I think there could have been more. I think, like, if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was great. It wasn't amazing. It was great. It was great. It was a great showcase. And I just keep getting more and more hyped for Resident Evil. And if you are as well, I'm playing through the games right now. Go over to my YouTube channel, Panda Master, and I stream it fairly regularly. Starting all the way back at the first Resident Evil and working my way down the food chain. Got Resident Evil 2 coming up next. And so, yeah. But let's get on to the gaming news this week. So, the PlayStation Plus games for February 2021 were just announced, and I really like this lineup, guys. It is absolutely disgustingly good. And so, Sony has revealed that Destruction All-Stars, which we knew about, Control Ultimate Edition, both the PS4 and PS5 versions, and Concrete Genie are the PlayStation Plus games for February 2021. So, yeah, let's just talk about this. I mean, one, it's awesome to get one of the first full next-gen games. I mean, Destruction All-Stars, I believe, is the sixth next-gen exclusive game. You know, everything's been like, we've got lots of stuff being cross-gen and everything. And so this is still one of the first true next-gen games to be released. And you get it free if you have PlayStation Plus. They just released a State of Play video on Destruction All-Stars detailing it. Our first actual, like, real in-depth look at the game. And I watched it, and it looks pretty cool. I'm excited to check it out. I think this is going to be something, you know, there's not a ton of multiplayer experiences on PS5 yet, at least that have been built for PS5 that have specific enhancements in mind. Really, the only thing I can think of is Call of Duty. There is 2K. I don't play 2K online because I'm not that good. But I would say, you know, Cold War is about the only thing I have on PS5 right now. So it's cool that we have this Destruction All-Stars. Also, that it is PS5 exclusive. So, you know, everybody's kind of in the same boat. You know, we have this fancy new system, this cool new thing. I think it'll be cool. So I'm excited to check that out. And then, yeah, out of left field, Control. We're getting, like, which comes out on February 2nd. So you get it day and date with PS Plus. And, you know, you gotta say, it feels like Sony is doing their best to compete with Game Pass without actually competing with Game Pass. So, you know, Sony has already come out multiple times and said that they don't want to compete with Game Pass because it's not financially viable. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. But then we see the PlayStation Plus collection, and we have PlayStation Now getting more and more games like that. And then I feel like there's really a push to make PlayStation Plus good, because I feel like ever since the PS5 launch, I mean, let's look at all the free games we've gotten just on PS5 since it's launched. We have Bugsnax, Worms Rumble, Maneater, and now Destruction All-Stars and Control Ultimate Edition in just the first few months. And it's like, that's a lot of free games for a brand new console. And free games meaning not free-to-play games. This isn't Fortnite. This isn't Apex. These are brand new, fully priced games that you're getting for free. They're not even discounted or anything like that. You get them. Absolutely free. Just popping out the gate. And it's just a great time. I love that. And I hope Sony keeps it up, because they've been killing it so far with PlayStation Plus, just continuing to get better and better every month. I was so pumped when Maneater got announced for January, and so yeah, I'm excited. I hope they keep it up, because it's making me really excited. Like, I am genuinely excited every month for PlayStation Plus to tell me what games I'm getting for free. So yeah, I really, really love that, and I'm just excited to see what more we got. Now, on to some less exciting news. We have our second delayed game out of the year. So, I believe it was last week that I announced that Hogwarts Legacy had been delayed to 2022. Now, The Lord of the Rings Golem has also been delayed. So there was an announcement that Nacon is actually publishing the game. It is being developed by Daedalic, who originally we thought they were going to self-publish, but now Nacon's stepping in to help, and it will now be released in 2022, which is the first information we have gotten about this game since August. So I'm not particularly surprised, but yeah, it seems like there's probably some issues, since it seemed like they were going to be self-publishing. Now they need someone else, so it seems that there's some budget issues going on with the game. But I wouldn't say that's the worst problem to have in the world, because that means you have a really ambitious team. And so I'm excited for this. You know, I talked about it being one of my more anticipated games of the year back when we were looking ahead to 2021. And so it's already been pushed out of the year, but I am definitely interested, and I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I think this is probably the right call. Not too worried about that. But yeah. Next up, a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game is reportedly in development without EA and BioWare. So take this with a grain of salt. We don't know anything. And so we got a quote that says, "Amongst my digging, I heard there is a Knights of the Old Republic project in development somewhere," said Bespin Bulletin. "I talked to a couple of people, and I also found out that Jason Schreier said that it's not with EA and will, quote, never guess who the studio is that's making this game." And then we had another person who responded saying, quote, "It's not as mysterious as you think. It's just not a household name most people are aware of." Here's my guess. This is my official 100% guess that I'm surprised more people aren't talking about. I think it's In Exile. So here's my logic. So a few months back, we found out it was right after Wasteland 3 was released. So they just shipped the game. And then we found out they're working on 2 big RPGs. Now, usually you wouldn't be working on 2 big projects at the same time unless, there's some sort of special circumstance. Now, think about it. EA's exclusivity deal with Star Wars is running out. We're getting all these announcements from Lucasfilm and all of this stuff where it's like, Lucasfilm Games is announcing, the partnership with Machine Games and now the partnership with Ubisoft. But they didn't announce this Knights of the Old Republic game. Why not? Why didn't it get announced? Maybe because they have absolutely no idea when this is going to come out. This is really far away. Almost as if the developer is busy right now, but they're trying really hard to get working on this because they want to do this, and it's a big deal for them. Almost as if they have 2 big projects in development. I'm telling you guys, it's In Exile. I really especially with KOTOR being an RPG in terms of tactical, not real time. I'm not necessarily saying that this will be that this won't be real time. I think it could be. It depends on what In Exile wants to do, but it could be more strategy, more in the terms of the old KOTOR games, more so than RPGs as we know them today. It could be turn-based, all that sort of stuff. I don't know. But, yeah, I strongly believe that it is In Exile, just based off of what they said, because In Exile is not a household name. They really aren't. I mean, the real hardcore fans know it, but, if I go ask any of my friends, they're not going to know who In Exile is. I doubt anyone that I personally know has ever heard of In Exile. Maybe one person, maybe. And so they're not a household name, but I believe that they would be able to, they're big enough that I think, they would be trusted with the rights to this game. And again, with us knowing that they're working on 2 big projects right now, I feel they're probably working on, I don't know if it's Wasteland 4 is their other one. Probably some sort of new IP or, something like that. They started working on that, started getting the groundwork on, and then Lucasfilm came up to them and said, "Hey, we want you to do a KOTOR." And then they're like, "Yes." And so I really think it's In Exile. And then, it's probably going to end up being a Microsoft exclusive. And, the Indiana Jones game might be exclusive too. So, what can I say? Got a lot of Microsoft stuff coming. I could be wrong, but I really think that's what's going on here. But I don't know. Next up, we have a big old kerfluffle to talk about, and that would be Microsoft. So back on Friday in the wee hours of the morning, they announced that they were raising the price of Xbox Live Gold to $11 a month, $60 for 6 months, or $120 for a year. Well, I mean, you can't get the year anymore, but you know what I mean. It will cost you now $120 a year minimum to get Xbox Live Gold. In response to that, everyone lost their minds. For good reason. I mean, to have to pay $11 a month to play multiplayer, it's nuts. It's nuts. And I feel like there's been a lot of discussion about this, because what I will say for those that this is not happening. Literally 12 hours after the news broke, they announced they had reversed the decision, and also they were making a change where free-to-play games such as Fortnite and Apex Legends are now completely free-to-play. You don't need Xbox Live Gold because as of now, you needed it. You needed Xbox Live Gold. which is something that PlayStation doesn't do. And so that's been something people have griped about for a long time. And so they said, okay, we're not going to raise the price, and you can have your free-to-play games. There you go. And that's a sort of gesture of goodwill of, okay, we messed up. But so I've heard a lot of discussion about this, and I think something that should be done. So obviously the reason this is done is because they want to raise the price of Game Pass, right? And they just got done raising the price of Game Pass for PC, and you can't go raising the price over and over again like super consistently, because people are going to start being mad, unless you're Netflix, because everybody has Netflix anyway. I pay $18 a month for Netflix, and that is outrageous, but I still pay it because it's Netflix. But with Game Pass, it's like it's not sustainable, right? You get every single Xbox first-party game and a lot of other games day and date and all these other cool games, and it's $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, right? Which is an extremely good deal, because you also get EA Play and you get Xbox Live Gold and all this stuff, and it's nuts. And so it's definitely worth more than $15, and it's definitely going to go up. I think that it should be at least $20. I think they wanted to drive Game Pass sales, and I think that it is going to go up. And I think because of that, they're just like, okay, let's make this go up first, drive people to get Game Pass, and then we go hike it up some more. We hike Game Pass up some more. But I feel like there needs to be some sort of middle ground where it's like, make Xbox Live, like instead of Xbox Live Gold, and it's like, instead of the thing like $5 a month, like that's pretty good for multiplayer. Like, okay, I don't know the right option in terms of, like, there needs to be something in between. Like, I thought about maybe like a sort of small offering of Game Pass where it's like you get, a minimized collection. You pay $5 a month, you get Xbox Live Gold. Pay $10 a month, and you get Game Pass, which is not the Game Pass we know, but you get the basic Game Pass with first party Xbox games only. Like, that's it. Pay $10 a month and you get access to all of the Xbox first party games. And then $15 a month you get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which includes all that other stuff, plus EA Play, all their other shindigs and all of that. And then eventually, like I said, that should cost like $20. But yeah, I don't know. Xbox, like, Microsoft has come out and said that they are not making money off of Game Pass. Like, they have made that perfectly clear. And so obviously it is going to get more expensive. Like, you need to make, like, Xbox has done so much this past generation, trying to win back people's favor and trying to get people to, like Xbox, right? But in doing so, they've lost so much money. And so it's like, at some point they have to start recouping that investment, right? And that will happen in terms of Game Pass increasing in price. That's going to happen. And I think that this was just some attempt at 4D chess that was very, very bad. And so they changed it, but people were very angry. And so that was the whole big thing. Finally, Vicarious Visions has been merged into Blizzard. And there are reports that they are working on a Diablo 2 remake. Originally, so I believe, if I remember correctly, yes, Blizzard Team 1, it basically is being kind of torn apart. They were originally reported to be working on the Diablo 2 remake, but after Warcraft 3 Reforged was a total cluster cluck, as I'm going to censor myself for, they said, yeah, no, this isn't going to work out. And so now they have Vicarious Visions, aka the studio behind Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So, on one hand, I don't like the fact that they're being brought into Blizzard. Like, I think they would be better off working on other things, but also, like, as long as they're doing the same type of stuff, like, again, if they're working on this Diablo 2 remake, you know, I'm cool with that. It's just, I hope they don't become, like, a support team. You know what I mean? So originally, I was really upset about it, but now I'm less upset as long as they are used wisely. So, Blizzard, I'm watching you. I have extreme distrust for Blizzard. I love Blizzard games. I love the developers at Blizzard, but in terms of corporate, I have my eye on you. I do not like you. Just throwing that out there. I stand with Hong Kong. But, you know, all that stuff. But anyway, let's get into the games coming this week. So, we've got some cool stuff coming. First off, today, we have the Yakuza Remastered Collection for Xbox One and PC. Celebrate I'm going to mispronounce these. Kazuma Kiryu's saga with the beautifully remastered Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. With restored content and updated localization in 1080p and 60 FPS, experience the complete Yakuza collection on one console for the first time in history. Now, I got this from the PS4 release because I haven't released, the other stuff, but obviously substitute some things with PC and all that. But, yeah, we're getting all this cool stuff. It's coming to these consoles. Now you can play all the Yakuza games on Xbox, starting right now. Also out today, it's a big boy. I have it installed right now. It's The Medium for Xbox Series S and X and PC. Discover a dark mystery only a medium can solve, travel to an abandoned communist resort, and use your unique psychic abilities to uncover its deeply disturbing secrets, solve dual reality puzzles, survive encounters with sinister spirits, and explore two realities at the same time. So, I'm really excited. I'm going to be talking all about this in next week's episode. But, yeah, very excited. It's Xbox's first true next-gen game. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I've got it installed on my PC. So, I'm not going to be playing it on Series X. But I'm very excited to check it out. Reviews have been pretty good so far. They've been good, not great. But, I honestly kind of expected that from Bloober Team. That's kind of their AO. But I am excited to check it out and just see what they're capable of in this next gen. But then tomorrow we have, get ready for it, ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, The Prophecy of the Throne for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The popular light novel/anime series ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, is coming as a tactical adventure game. So, yeah, if that sounds like your fancy, there you go. It's coming out tomorrow. Go for it. Also tomorrow, Gods Will Fall for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The gods' torturous rule over humanity has lasted for millennia. Bent on cruelty and suffering, they demand to be served with blind worship through an oath of fealty pledged from every man, woman, and child. To those who don't submit to the gods' will, a slow and merciless death awaits. So, this is a cool little indie hack-and-slash action roguelite. The art style reminds me of Ashen, if you remember that game from Annapurna Interactive. It looks cool. I think it has, I know this game from somewhere. I definitely saw it at some sort of showcase or E3 or something like that a while back. But if you like roguelites, got a big one. I'm actually really excited. I just bought today, I forget the name. It's called Skull the Hero Slayer, and it is a roguelite that just came out, I believe it was last week. But I've heard really good things about it. I'm excited to try it out. Maybe, probably like Friday, maybe, is the first chance I'll have time to play it. I don't know. I'm very, very busy this week. But, yeah, I'm excited to try that out. But, yeah, got a new roguelite. And then, I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff. This is going to be nuts, guys. But on Tuesday, we've got Ys 9 Monstrum Nox for PS4. While imprisoned in Baldock, Adol is cursed and becomes a monstrum. With his newfound powers, he must stop the Grimwald Nox from consuming the city. So, this is a really cool JRPG. I realize now that I don't need these headphones. because they just turned off on me because nothing had been, used. So, yeah, we're just going to get rid of those. But, yeah, got this game. I'm excited. Hope you guys are as well. JRPGs, cool stuff. But that is all the games coming this week. Now on to the games that I've been playing, right? So I've talked about 2 of them, actually. I thought I talked about more. But like I said, I played Maiden. I've enjoyed that a lot. I've been playing some more my Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Like I said, I'm trying to platinum that. I've almost finished the main game. I actually streamed that 2 days ago. And so, I've almost done with the story. I'm hoping to platinum it here soon. And then I think I might move on to the Pathless. I played it on PC, but I want to try it out on PS5. But I think that's going to be my next big game I sink my teeth into on the PS5. But, yeah. Then I've been playing some Resident Evil HD Remaster. Like I said, I've been streaming that. Plan on streaming it on Saturday over on YouTube at Pandamaster. That'll be the next time I stream some Resident Evil. And then I streamed Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. So one of my biggest supporters' birthdays came up. And so for her, I let her choose which game I played on stream. She chose Uncharted, whichever one I left off on. So because I haven't beaten them all. And so I started playing Uncharted 2, literally played through half the game in one sitting. Like, it said I was at 51% when I ended stream. And so I was like, oh, dang. But yeah, it's one of those that I just always missed. I didn't get a PlayStation console until 2018. So, I have a huge PlayStation backlog. And so, yeah, I played the first one, but I got, I think right up to the part where I left off is where I got up to in the second before I dropped off. And so, yeah, I got through that and looking to keep playing and just basically play through the Uncharted games, finally, including Lost Legacy, because I've heard very good things about that. And then I'm playing some more Ring Fit Adventure again, trying to get fit, trying to get swole, all that fun stuff. But I will admit, I'm going to end things off here. I know this is a very short podcast compared to some others, literally just over 30 minutes. But like I said, this week has been very, very long. I am so tired, guys. Like, I am exhausted. I'm very ready for the weekend. But, yeah, again, just, us, where it's like, there was some cool stuff, but, we're still getting off into the year. There's still not a ton of stuff to talk about. We're getting there. We keep getting closer and closer to, it's like, we've got some big games. We got Hitman 3 now, got Cyber Shadow. Now we've got the Medium, and, again, I just mentioned that Skull game, which is really cool. I'm excited to check that out. But, yeah, anyway, I want to get some sleep. And so I honestly think I'm going to do that, literally, as I stop. But thank you guys for being here this week. Hopefully next week I can give you guys some nice full-length stuff, get all my rest in, all that fun jazz. But, yeah, let me know down in the comments over on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or any other podcast services, go over to the Game Patrol YouTube channel, comment any sort of thing you want to talk about relating to this week's episode, or any sort of video game news, any questions, comments, concerns, all that fun jazz. And I will see you guys next week for some more Game Patrol. Bye. See ya.